Welcome to the next question in the series of videos, the 5 questions all entrepreneurs need to consider when starting a small business. I hope you've enjoyed the 5-part series and we'll dive in to the next question. So, what can I claim as an expense? Well, this is a question that most entrepreneurs get a little confused about. They basically think, it's my money, I should be able to claim anything. Well, the thing we need to think about is that ultimately there is a definition that the IRS likes to believe in, that HMRC believes in, and any tax authority does too. And the simple thing is it should be wholly and exclusively for the production of sales or services in your business. Now, a lot of those are fairly straightforward. For example, if you're in a retail store or you sell a product, well, then you're going to have COGS, the cost of goods sold. And these are basically the fees that go around when you buy things. So products that you're going to sell. So, for example, in a coffee shop, you'll be buying coffee to sell. If you're in a retail store selling clothing, you'll be buying clothes that you're going to sell. So they're obviously an expense. They're wholly and exclusively to produce the sales. So that's fairly straightforward. Then we get a little bit more complicated as to some of the subjective things. Well, as a small business, you might be working from home. Therefore, there are some home office costs that you can claim, and we're going to cover those a little bit later in a specific section. Then there's the business admin side of your business. And again, these are directly related to generating sales. So things like obviously some stationery, things like if you've bought a computer, if you have a mobile phone. Again, these are fairly obvious that they are needed to generate the sales. However, what we can't do is obviously claim things that really aren't having anything to do with generating of sales. We'll look at those in a few more moments. Of course, there's travel, but again, it needs to relate to the business generation. You can see there's a bit of a theme here. It needs to generate sales. So if you're traveling to see a client, that's totally acceptable. If, however, you're traveling from your home to your office because you've decided to have an office, well, that's viewed as commuting, and that's not wholly and exclusively for the generation of sales because you do those when you're in the office. And there are some other grey areas that you need to be aware of. And how do you claim the travel is a whole nother version. Then there's the telephone. Now again, that's got a little grey. If you have a business line in your office at home, well, that's exclusively useful for the business. You have your mobile phone. But what about the internet in your house? Well, we need to be careful because if the internet is also being used for your PlayStation, for your children, for your family to stream Netflix, then we have a trouble. We can't claim it all, so we need to be careful. So it's again, remember, what are the expenses related to the business use and sales generation? And the final cost that we can also think about inside expenses is the finance costs. What do we mean by that? We mean things like if you're taking credit cards, then obviously there's a charge from the credit card company. If you have a loan, it's not the full payment that can be deducted, but the interest can. And again, lots of complication, but it's important to be aware of what you can do. So that's a sort of a top line view on what expenses are. So the message here is the wholly and exclusively for the production of sales in your business. I will be presenting the course over the next 5 weeks as we look to answer each of the questions I just posed in detail. So please check back each week for the next in the series of my 5 questions all entrepreneurs need to ask. If, however, you'd rather see the whole series now because it's whetted your appetite, then please visit milesbettermastermind.com where you can access this and all of my other online training courses. Please stick around a little bit longer as I am excited and have an exciting announcement and will explain how to access the 2 free ebooks I mentioned at the beginning of this video. But I did promise you at the front that I would be offering some free ebooks and some other information. And what I would love to do is actually just tell you a little bit more about what we do here and what we would like to help you with. All right. So I'm really excited to let you know about our latest online course, affectionately known as Let the Numbers Decide. This 6-week course will help you launch or grow your business by letting the numbers decide rather than the normal fake it till you make it approach. Each module will build to allow you to start by drafting the blueprint to success. where we'll explore the foundations needed to launch or grow your business, covering the building blocks, the mindset, and the necessary research and study. Moving through cutting the ribbon as we launch the business in the first few months and support the concepts with the powerful decision machine, where we'll use the 3 secret documents of business I will reveal. Then we look at sweating the numbers and assets and oiling the machine to ensure continued success as an entrepreneur. Finally coming to the big question as what is next, a section we're calling Building the Empire. This course will include bonuses, group coaching sessions and additional material worth over £6,500 and more if you take some of the upgrade options. So as I said, as I promised at the beginning, please also enjoy 2 ebooks when you drop your email in as both a thank you for listening to this presentation and also as a start of the course. The first is the Accounting Translator Guide to Business, a plain speaking approach to the terms used in accounting, the language of business. The second is a 10-step overview of launching a business and will whet your appetite for the course. Don't put off till someday the chance to launch or grow your business, and I thank you for your time and interest, and we hope you have a miles better life.